What
that's been
happened?
one of my biggest questions. Like, where does Phoenix get all this? Where does like I know Phoenix technically doesn't. Oh, we're gonna be
It's
questioning
not
Xavier a bunch of times, huh?
but-
Yeah.
He
Great.
probably stashes it in the same place he's hiding his kid.
Oh,
Oh
damn.
God.
Hey, don't worry about that.
Yeah,
There
no,
we
so
go, now-
basically it's gonna be
Don't worry
Xavier
about that.
and Rod doing the testimonies today.
All right.
So let's get it going. Load
And
the
now
save
I,
save
I
data.
pinned court records in the other Discord.
Oh,
I would say don't do that because it has.
I mean, I know it has spoilers on it, but you have to go to the spoilers specifically because
okay.
you won't know unless you access like the sprites or anything or see like
Okay, yeah.
future stuff. You know,
Go ahead,
you won't
Lynn.
know who those people are. Give me just a sec. I lost my window. Ah. Good morning, Mr. Wright.
Good morning, Maggie.
So, what do you think is gonna happen today, sir? Yesterday's session didn't go so well and ended on a giant mystery.
That's true. And we still haven't solved a single part of it yet.
Are you okay, Nick?
No.
No, of course not. I'm not.
I saw that
Let me
that
get
little
you
flash
up.
of doubt in your eye.
No. That's not doubt. That was determination.
Why don't I believe you?
It's nearly time, Maggie. You better get going to the defendant's seat.
Oh, damn.
Roger, don't let me down, Mr. Wright. I'm counting on you.
They're gonna let her down.
Hero.
Bruh, I'm still here? Why am I here?
It's personal for you.
Why are
It's
any of
Detective
us here?
Gumshoe.
Yeah.
That's my line. Why am I here?
Hey, Detective Gumshoe.
Bruh, quit stressing Maggie out, bruh. She don't need that.
How did you know she was stressed?
I was watching through the doorway on some
Like a
creep shit.
creeper.
That
On,
was some
on some creep shit.
I'm going to make a citizen's arrest now.
You look like you lost the case already, bruh. Show a bit of confidence, bruh. Here, man, this will help. This is a little bit of something I got from the evidence locker.
Hold up. Have you taken aromatherapy too, buddy?
Nah, fuck that shit. This drugs.
Well, now that I got a good look at it,
This is a small bottle. There's something in Trey Biz kitchen, you know. I found a little, you know. He only don't deal in food. He deal in coke, you know.
oh right,
Check out my flashback.
You know how the Market Brothers be's like one for the road, bro. There you go, bro. Finally got the analysis results from the lab, bro.
So, what is it? Is it the poison?
I'm afraid not, bruh. It's a medication, you know. Medication, you know. It's that medical marijuana right there. You know?
Medication?
Yeah, for ears. Oh my god. Topical use only. Apparently. What the fuck?
for
That boy go-
years. You
Look at
mean
his shoulder shrugging. He high right now.
It's the medication Glenn L was using for a ruptured eardrum, bro. Damn. That's vibes.
what was Glenn's ear medication doing in the kitchen?
That's vibes though.
What about the unidentified fingerprints in red?
Someone screwed up, bruh. So they only had time to analyze the contents in the bottle, bruh. Another hour and they might have gotten something in the prints, but you know what I mean? Cha mean.
That's going to weaken its impact as a piece of evidence.
Okay, pal, did it, bruh. Make sure your defense is impregnable today. Impregnable.
I think
Today's
that's the
trial.
wrong word.
Nah, fuck out of here. You a little kid. Hey, forgot.
I don't know why that was so funny to me. Fuck out here, you a little kid.
It's just the picture of Maya fighting Gumshoe is just too hilarious and so ridiculous to not laugh about.
Gumshoe just constantly saying it should have been you. It should have been you.
It should have been you, bro. It really
About
should
her
have.
sister dying.
I'm gonna expose that guy for what he's done.
Oh.
Or my name isn't Phoenix Wright. It's not.
Nice courage line, bro. The things I do for love. Now I'll
Oh
be
shit,
like,
it's me.
Court is now in session for the trial of Maggie Bird.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
And waiting as always, Your Honor.
Very good. Then we'll get underway at once. Yesterday we heard the testimony of Mr. Victor Kudo. He said that the defendant putting the powder into the victim's coffee was a thing, but he was also a lying sack of shit.
Mark on the rim of the cup shows that the victim drank from it with his right hand. But according to the old man's testimony, he picked it up with his left hand.
You don't have to go over it again, we were there. Also, the victim was listening to the radio with an earpiece in his left ear, according to him. But he had a radio in his ear, so we couldn't.
It's amazing how many contradictions a single case can have, huh, Nick?
Meh.
Ha! Allowed me to enlighten you. The world, you see, keeps turning, and we must turn with it.
Stop.
Don't let me. Don't. Fuck! Don't let the mysteries of yesterday mystify you today. Only losers think like that. You've got to change with the times. That's one of my rules.
You haven't won a case yet. And what? Stop making riddles.
The old guy wasn't just throwing seed in here, he was throwing us off the scent.
Oh, he was just tossing a seed around.
And today I'll prove it.
Okay. Witness number one. Oh, fuck.
And you are?
Oh, bonjour, everyone.
I am Jean Armstrong, the owner and head chef of La Très Bien Restaurant.
Witness number two.
Enchanté.
Are you a girl?
La la, monsieur. As you can see, I am la pretty and perky gentleman, no?
Okay.
We trans rights!
I'm just making
On the
sure.
day of- On the day of the incident, you were in Tresbian's kitchen. Isn't that right?
Oh yes, with you, monsieur.
Eh?
Everything feels right.
It's gonna be one of those days, huh? Ha!
Amazing.
Okay. You're here, so we might as well hear what you have to say. Tell us what happened.
Oh mais oui, volontiers.
In English, please.
Ah, désolé. Lorsque je suis nerveux, je parle français. When it all happened, there were just 2 customers in my restaurant. I remember I was experimenting with some new art deco that day. Like having a large mirror between the tables, for example. Oui, perhaps that is what the old man was looking at. La cape, la earpiece, and les lunettes. He would have seen everything in reverse, no?
No.
I hate that actually makes sense.
A mirror.
Mais oui, un grand miroir, la most enormous miroir.
Wait, what? I'm so confused.
Saying mirror in French.
And suddenly, the mystery disappears.
No,
Just like
do not
this
take
cop.
credit for this.
Like I said, the world keeps turning, so roll with it.
The fact that this makes sense pisses me off.
The judge is having a stroke.
Wow. Today is not starting good.
Alright, do your thing.
Still in the mode of dealing with Anthony, so I was like initially about to start rushing this because I know Anthony just likes to read the fucking what's this called.
How big is this mirror?
Fucking full body. Hand.
Something about 4 meters wide and oui, about 2 meters high.
That's pretty big.
Let's
I
see.
avoided
Sorry.
that joke on
My penny.
purpose.
Sorry. I'm so sorry.
I was intending to install it on the ceiling eventually.
The ceiling. I don't remember looking at that.
Mais no, but I decided not to go through with it in the end.
I'm just gonna ask more. If you really had such a large mirror in the restaurant, someone would have noticed it. But there's nothing about a mirror in anyone's testimony.
Mais
You didn't ask, Tried. You have only yourself to blame for such a sloppy work.
Oof.
Damn.
What?
A mirror was delivered to Trespians the day before the incident.
Really?
As Mr. Armstrong testified, he was carrying out some design checks. And as it turned out, he didn't actually use the mirror in the end.
Nothing's adding up. Even if a mirror was delivered, it doesn't prove that it was in the restaurant on the day of the crime.
If you want to doubt someone, Tried, look in the mirror. I'm sure the person looking back at you would be dubious enough.
Alright, witness, yesterday saw that shit. Yeah, stop drinking.
The coffee cup, the earpiece, and the HMD. Let's think back over Mr. Kudo's testimony for a second, shall we?
Oh shit.
The boy was wearing an earpiece.
Oh.
And no question, you can look me up, Father. I goes the left ear.
He's trying so hard to get out of that, so he didn't do that.
So, to summarize, we were told both were on the same side, the left side. If Mr. Kudo saw all that as a reflection in the mirror, it means both the HMD and the earpiece were actually on the victim's right side.
exactement. You see, monsieur, now that you think about it, it is not so hard, no?
Unfortunately. And that's where we run into a monumental contradiction. If Mr. Kudo saw everything in the mirror, Why is the HMD still on the wrong side of the head?
Alright. Mr. Wright has a point. Everybody shut the fuck up. If the witness genuinely observed the victim reflected in a mirror, and the eyepiece would have gone over the right side. Yeah, we all get that. What now?
Oh, bitter.
I don't care.
Try it. You should have a taste of this bitterness. It'll calm you down in no time.
Give me your coffee now.
Bailiff, 1 copy for the gentleman standing right in front of me. Thank you. You don't understand the way the witness thinks.
How he thinks.
You remember this, I presume?
The apology. Mr. Kudo's sworn testimony.
Exactly. The old man has one very grievous habit other than throwing seeds. The more of an impression something makes, the more muddled his mind makes it. And what's the most striking thing about Mr. Elk?
The scouter. It's like the only thing that stands out on him. He's very plain looking.
And that's my point. The old man strikes again. Mr. Elk's HMD made a big impression on the old man.
You could at least... Never mind.
I saw the earpiece on those newfangled spectacles he was wearing. Oh yes, they were both on his left ear. Do you hear? His left ear! Ha! Well, try it.
What? Amazing.
Wow, I really thought he was old Sooty for a minute there. Kudo's good.
Alright. Enough talking about the yesterday. Look, he was a piece of shit and we all hated him. We all get that.
Bad Nick, looks like boil of a contradictions for you. Just got a rash.
What?
I don't know.
This game is
Mirror
really
can't
ass
be beaten
in
by a
terms of
handful
that.
of seeds, nor can it lie. So, what exactly was the old man looking at? Fill us in, Mr. Armstrong. Go on, tell the court we're all ears.
I think the thing that disturbs me most about Armstrong is how defined his arms are.
Mais oui, I do la workout every day. Zumba.
Yeah, but you only
Anyway,
do arms.
oui, I can explain. What? It is a good program. I put it on the
Oh my god, okay.
But I can explain. The infomercial was very convincing. But please, if you will look at the plans of la restaurant.
Oh my god.
Alors, is everyone sitting comfortably? The mirror, it was in the middle of the restaurant, dividing the two halves.
That is a terrible layout.
Hey, be quiet, Judge. As there is only one seat from which you could have seen an image of la victime. That was la seat at the table next to la victims. That was where the old man was sitting. After a terrible incident occurred, I moved la mirror so it was not in the way. But, naturellement, I did not touch anything else.
As much as it pains me to admit it makes sense, I don't want to give that old man any other points, but it works and I hate it. Fuck this whole goddamn case.
Oh, what a naughty little coquette I am, confusing all the men like this.
Oh no. Don't worry about it. We can keep up, except for the guy breaking out in a cold sweat over there again.
Who's that guy?
You said you didn't touch anything aside from the mirror. Are you quite sure about that?
Volontiers, of course.
Okay, Mr. Wright, do your thing. Prove him wrong, or a liar, or whatever it is that you fucking do here that you don't get paid to do.
This piece of evidence contradicts with the testimony we have heard, Your Honor.
It's a photograph, right?
Look at this photograph. This photo shows something that should not exist.
Alright, spell it out.
Did not exist? Ha! Sounds like you're describing yourself, right?
Okay, you don't need to be a dick. Now, please clarify so that the dicks in the room can shut up.
Yes. I think it's pretty obvious that this is what should not be in the picture.
Sorry.
Care to elaborate?
Your Honor, I'm telling you that there should have been no base on this table. Because it contradicts with this piece of evidence.
I wish I was still hyped for that show.
I wish that show was worth the hype.
There is one thing that was clearly demonstrated by yesterday's testimony. Mr. Kudo broke the vase that was on the table where he was sitting. And yet, as the court can see, there is an unbroken vase on the table next to the victim. Because Mr. Kudo was not sitting there at all.
Don't be an idiot, right? That's impossible. That seat's the only one could have been the victim's reflection from.
Exactly.
Wait a second.
There is only one conclusion we can draw from this contradiction. There was no mirror. Your testimony, Mr. Armstrong, is an elaborate lie.
Oh mon Dieu!
Don't try to confuse the court, right? Obviously, the witness cleaned up the pace, while the police were taking their time getting to the crime scene.
Unfortunately, Mr. Godot, that doesn't work for me. Mr. Armstrong already testified to the contrary, in his own words. I did not touch anything else except the mirror.
Okay, while he's finishing that mug and getting his replacement, what do you have to say for yourself, witness?
I was right. There was no mirror in the restaurant that day.
In light of this, we return back to the original problem.
Fuck.
Why did he have an earpiece in an ear in which he couldn't fucking hear?
You only get one shot in life. There is no turning back.
Shut up!
If you want to claim that the mirror wasn't there, right, then this problem is all yours. How do you explain what the old man saw?
If I can answer this, then I'll be that much closer to the truth. I can feel it.
Are you going to be okay, Nick? Can you really solve this contradiction?
There's more than just one contradiction, Maya.
What do you mean?
Remember what Maggie told us. There was another man at the victim's table. And there was a sample CD on the victim's table. It all flies in the face of Mr. Kudo's testimony. And I think I know the reason. Why nothing in this case is adding up.
Are you done having your internal monologue?
The reason behind all the contradictions in Mr. Goodall's testimony is simple. This case is riddled with contradictions. Yet, there is one very simple answer that clears them all up.
Okay, what is it?
The incident Mr. Goodall witnessed and the incident the victim experienced were two completely different events.
What? ¿Cómo?
Yes, the victim that Mr. Goodall saw wasn't Mr. Glenn Elg at all. It was an imposter. A phony. Obviously, unlike the victim, there was nothing wrong with the imposter's left eardrum. That's how he ended up wearing the earpiece in his left ear by mistake.
Jesus
All
Christ.
that just to spit.
Freaking coffee.
Spit take.
Order in this court! Settle down or you're all going home.
Quiet, Gramps. Why don't you clear out of here, huh?
Bitch! The fuck?
Right, as you're saying that what... Are you saying that what Mr. Kudo saw was set up?
Yes. Someone pretended to be Glenn and acted out the whole coffee poisoning. All for the express purpose of creating a witness out of one Mr. Victor Kudo.
That's a fucking
Get
stretch.
real, tried. Why would anyone want to do that?
Isn't it obvious? The thing Mr. Kudo was most insistent about in his testimony was this.
Anthony, you missed your chance.
Oh, it's hard to believe, but...
I was muted.
Oh.
You're lucky. I was screaming and hollering.
You bothered your neighbors for no reason.
Yep. To show Maggie Bird in the setup, poisoning coffee.
Are you insinuating that the waitress is the old man's story was a fake as well? It's true that there were no other customers in the restaurant at the time, but... It's also true that the chef was there. He would have noticed what was happening.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. Witness? If your restaurant really was the scene of such theatrics, you'd have fucking known about it.
Oh la la, this is most difficult for me.
No, it's quite simple. All you have to do is testify. You are under oath after all. Was there in fact a phony at Très Bien that day? The defense demands that Mr. Armstrong tell the whole truth about what happened.
Okay, I accept your request. Explain in detail, excruciating detail, everything that happened.
Oui, d'accord.
I need something strong, please.
Put some vodka in my coffee, please.
Ah, la victime, Monsieur Elg, he came to my restaurant alone. I remember the old man arrived not long after him. There were no other customers. When he got word he won la loterie, oh mon Dieu, Monsieur Elg became very excited. It was approximately 5 minutes later that the poisoning incident occurred. Oh no, there was no time for a phony to do the acting. Je vous demande pardon. Forgive me, Your Honor. I lied because I wanted this mess to be cleared up quickly.
You lied to streamline things? You just admitted to perjury, you fucking idiot. Alright. You'll be on trial later. You're not on trial right now, but you're fucking getting...
Ah, oui, désolé.
Alright. Cross-examination. Fuck this guy up.
He took that perjury charge a bit too well. I hope he doesn't think I'll defend him for this. By old man, you mean Victor Kudo, correct?
Right.
Oui, it comes often for my special coffee.
I drank your coffee once, Mr. Armstrong. It's special, I'll give you that. It's worth a sip just for the experience.
Oh, merci. You make me so happy, monsieur. You are most welcome anytime.
I said it was worth one sip and nothing more.
So Mr. Kudo arrived at the restaurant around the same time as the victim.
Kudo.
Maybe I should ask about his arrival in more detail.
Just hear a soft coo.
Out of curiosity, about what time was it when Mr. Kudo arrived?
Oh, no. I cannot remember, monsieur.
There was a witness yesterday that told us that. Does that ring a bell at all?
Mais oui, l'incident happened about 20 minutes after he arrived. So la victime must have arrived between 2 p.m. and 2:10 p.m., no?
Just after 2. Huh.
Thank you for your help in jogging my memory, monsieur. You are wonderful.
I can't sit here all the time doing nothing now. I can help. I can't help, right? The time of the day will be added to the adjustment.
Ah oui, monsieur judge. Everything I do it for you.
Merci bien. I'm good at this. I can do things too.
I'm glad at least
oui.
one person is in a good mood.
He's even humming a song to himself.
I've heard this one before. Bare Naked Ladies.
Is it La Marisabel?
I'm afraid I finally got you, Mr. Armstrong. Oh, she did.
Quoi? Qu'est-ce que tu veux dire?
At the time in question, the victim was listening to the radio with his earpiece. The show he was listening to was Millionaire Radio. Each week, they announced the winning numbers of the $500,000 lottery ticket.
Mais oui, that must be la show Monsieur Egg was listening to.
I can't see a problem. Do your thing, so I can see a problem.
I wonder.
Oui?
You say the victim arrived at your restaurant after 2 p.m., correct?
Oui, I am sure of it. I remember it perfectly now. I know it was at that time because I had just finished surveying la lunch menu.
To the point, Wright, if you have one.
That show is broadcast live at 1:30 p.m. And it claims to be the most thrilling 10 minutes of your life.
It's on air at 1:30. That's like the worst time to be on air.
Demon hours.
Demon hours.
It's not even demon hours, it's PM. It's just like the worst time because everybody's busy.
Supposedly the victim Skip my line. And yet, I don't believe his cry of joy could have occurred after 2 p.m. Because the show had already finished more than 30 minutes earlier by that point in time.
No!
This victim we've been told about has done nothing but the impossible. Listening to the radio with a ruptured eardrum, catching a show that was already over, being alive. There's only one conclusion you can draw from these facts. This victim was an imposter, acting out the poisoning 30 minutes after the real murder. Yes, there were 2 Glen Elves in Travian that day. The real Glen, now dead, having been poisoned by the real killer. And the phony Glen, acting out the events for Mr. Critter Witness.
It makes sense. It makes sense. I mean, if it wasn't it, explain the time dilation. They're not inverted.
By the performance thread, you were almost on a roll. But sadly, you lack the rock-hard foundation of rhythm to build your song.
What is this? Music Theory 101. I took that in college.
Let's recap. According to your imaginative theory, it's now just after 2 p.m. The phony elk is performing a play for the benefit of Mr. Kudo. How do you explain then where the real Glen Elk is?
I don't believe I had to spell this out for the court. However, at that time, the real Glen Elk was already dead.
Alright, that's a clear conclusion. I'm liking this. What?
Shut it, Cramps.
What?
Thank you. That's right. That's exactly what I was hoping you would say.
What?
Now, I presume you can prove this theory of yours. You have any evidence? Huh? Where's the corpse?
The missing corpse.
According to the old man's testimony, there was only one other customer there. If that customer was the phony Glen Elk, then where did the killer hide the body of the real victim?
Alright, that's actually a good question. If you want this theory to be accepted,
Fuck it.
give me the money. Nah, give me the proof. I get paid like all of the shit that we took away from Gumshoe, so I don't need your money. But yeah, where'd they hide the body?
Yes, about that.
No conjecture, Tried. Let's hear some facts for once. Show the court a piece of evidence that proves where the body was hidden.
Evidence?
Fuck off! Intense pressure in here all of a sudden.
I thought I had him with that. But somehow, the court system has failed me again.
Alright, you've had your inner monologue. We need your actual answer now. First off, where was the body hidden?
It would have been too dangerous to take the body outside. Obviously, the body must have been hidden somewhere inside Trebian.
Okay. But where? Perhaps you would like to show us on this photograph.
Yes, Your Honor. Right here, in the coffee beans.
I hate this game. I meant to
What?
click. I clicked off the E button. Like I meant to press the. I clicked, and then a little. I just fucked up. Oh my god, I'm so upset. So I was supposed to click the kitchen, right?
Right.
And
You did.
when I clicked, no, when I clicked present, the finger went back down to the present button.
Oh no.
That's where I fucked up. Yeah, like I'm like, so
no.
we're gonna see if it
Now you're
works.
gonna have to
Yeah, we're
fuck
gonna see
up.
if it works. Yeah,
Oh,
we're gonna see if
no.
it works. But I did fuck up. Like, yeah. So yeah, you'll see, when I put the video up, you'll see it. But I did click. I like tried to.
I think I
click
caught
down.
it. Yeah.
Accident.
My badge.
Yeah. Pick another location. So like yeah, like. So basically, yeah, when I clicked the kitchen, and then I went down and clicked down here, and then clicked present afterwards. So that's what fucking happened. Yeah, that's supposed to be the kitchen.
The body was hidden here.
Okay.
Nice supposition. But the real question is, can you back it up? Where's the evidence that proves the body was hidden in that location?
There we go.
Mr. Armstrong, do you recognize this bottle?
No, I have never seen that ugly bottle before in my life. I only use the very best bottles, monsieur. The highest quality only for me.
Where was this low quality bottle found, Mr. Wright?
Interestingly enough, Your Honor, it was found in the kitchen of Trey Ben.
Oh, you use low quality
What?
shit? That's
Oh,
fucking crazy.
sacre bleu. But I'll never use these bottles for my aromatherapy oils.
But this bottle doesn't contain aromatherapy oil, Mr. Armstrong. No, it contains medication.
What kind of medication? Is it that, the good
Ear
shit?
medication. That's it. Mr. Elg's ear medication.
You can't be serious. No.
The defense had the contents of the bottle analyzed, and I have the lab results here. The contents of this bottle matched a prescription that was given to Mr. L. Glenn's murderer hid the body in the restaurant kitchen, at which time this bottle fell out of the victim's pocket. Mr. Armstrong, when the incident occurred, didn't you say you were in the kitchen?
Mon Dieu!
Yes, you know what I'm about to say. It was you who hid the victim's body. You did a fine job pretending to defend my client, Maggie Bird. However, you were setting her up to take the fall behind the poor girl's back.
Oh!
Shut the fuck up. Why do you always fucking start murmuring when shit happens? Did you murder the guy?
Jamais! I could not do such an horrible thing.
No!
Oh my god!
He used solar flare.
Are you okay?
Este café. Dios! The bitterness. Every time I get lied to, I always down a mug of coffee.
Is that why you do it?
That's one of my rules.
How many cups have you had?
I bet he doesn't fucking sleep.
And I like to do the same to the person who lied to me. I like to take them down with my empty cup.
Oof. That's hot.
Listen up, chef. How about a brand new flavor in your ear, my age-deficient friend?
What?
Je vous demande pardon. My English is excellent. Please, you must hear me out. It is a trap. Listen to me. Por favor.
I don't speak that Spanish, Mr. Armstrong, and por favor is Spanish.
Got his ass.
Stupid.
I'm going to ask you once. Did you do it?
No! 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 Absolument pas! I simply...
Let's hear it. You've got one shot,
God.
right, Gramps?
Witness! The court will now give you one last chance to not fuck it up. If you lie again, he's throwing his coffee at you. And my hammer.
And my... oui, it is clear.
What do they always say in the movies? I'm getting too old for this?
State your piece.
Ah, c'est vrai. I hid the body in the kitchen. A man forced me to do it. I had no choice. I had to go along with him because there was a reason why I could not refuse. But I did not kill him. I swear it. You must believe me.
You were forced. By whom?
I cannot say, or I will be effacé.
How about a different question? When Mr. L died, was he really the only person at his table?
There was... There was another man.
I knew it.
Tell the truth.
Do your thing right.
Stop.
There's just one more thing I need to do. I've got to break this guy and get him to tell us the name of the real killer. Let's end this dance now, Mr. Armstrong. This is the man that you've been referring to.
Who's this guy? I recognize his hair.
Wow. No worries. This man is Furio T-Ray. She's the manager of a loan office called Tender Lender.
That's that dating site, right?
There's no point trying to hide the truth anymore, Mr. Armstrong. I know you couldn't go get Mr. Tigray, at least not while he had this on you. A $500,000 loan from a black market loan shark. And you had no way of paying it back, did you? That's why you were forced to do anything this man told you.
Oui. It is as you say.
Damn.
Sorry, I heard a horn go off outside. Anyways, Mr. Armstrong.
Le tigre, he told me he was going to use my restaurant for a business rendezvous. On the day in question, he was meeting la victim to demand that he repay his loan. I don't know why it happened like that. I just did what he told me to do. I had no choice. I carried la body and la inconscient Maggie out of the dining area and into the kitchen. After that, I just tried to forget what I had seen.
I think we can now safely say that the man who forced your hand was Mr. Furio Tigre.
I hesitate, but I have one more question. The poison and lottery ticket were found in the defendant's apron pocket. Did you do that?
No, I knew nothing about that. I'm making it look like it was Maggie who had done it. I was not. It is c'est impardonnable.
Mr. Rababa.
¿Qué quieres?
Okay.
Get this Furio Tiger as a witness. I doubt that can be arranged today, so we will adjourn for now. Proceedings will continue tomorrow.
I'm gonna
13
Discord.
minutes.
Oh, what?
The trial will go on. I'll see it to myself. I need half an hour to get that guy on the stand. Not a minute or more.
What?
Don't sit back and relax yet, Wright. No one knows if that chef is really telling the truth or not. This trial could still go either way.
Very well. If you can do it in 30 minutes, do it in 30 minutes. We will resume once he is ready to take the stand. Until then, court is adjourned for 30-minute recess.
It's the longest recess we've had.
It's important, alright? You know, Rod's about to talk to himself. Rod has to hype himself up.
Oh, yeah.
To talk to himself.
Don't worry, I've been working on how to spit my voice.